Can drive him around at 2 a.m. trying to find an open liquor store.
Oh, dude, you can't say that.
It's the Pup Fresh Podcast, Pup Fresh Podcast, Pup Fresh Podcast.
What is up, people? This is the Pup Fresh Podcast, and I am JWeb.
I'm Dan, and
we're here to talk about some stuff.
Oh man, 2 weeks off again?
2 weeks off again.
God, can we get consistent?
Probably.
Yeah, but
probably not.
You know what it is? It's that not enough goes on.
True.
Like, what am I going to do? Recite music news to the people, to the listeners of this?
Yeah.
But it's like they can go to the website for that.
This isn't more of a podcast to tell people about news. It's more to talk about
like
serious things.
Well, kind of, but like I could insert my opinion into like new songs and things like that, but then it's like I'm just a music reviewer at that point, and I don't want to be that.
True.
You could do the same thing, but I don't have enough opinions. I do about certain things, but not enough to like, oh, guess what? A new so-and-so song came out. It's good. Listen to it. Like, that would be the whole thing, and then you guys would be either feel validated in liking it or be mad at me for hating it. All right, am I going to come on here and say, oh, it's cool that Bring Me the Horizon debuted at number 2. Sure as shit sounds like Shinedown. Don't know what the hype's about. Like, no, I'm not. That's not. You guys aren't going to like that. Or girls aren't going to like that.
No matter how true it is.
No matter if they sound like they are trapped or 80-foot crutch or like new Slipknot or whatever the hell, like, it's like top 40 alternative music. Mm-hmm. And that's all it is. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's so good. It's like, cool. Like, I'll go listen to Limp Bizkit if I want to feel like a dad. Like, okay, I don't need Oli Sykes. And that guy can't... Speaking of Oli Sykes, by the way, and this is the worst tangent ever gone on. Do you see that he was in an interview telling everybody that they needed to try drugs?
Shut the Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, like, I don't really have any regrets. I think everybody should try drugs, even though they're not good, just to have that experience. I think it was like acid that he said everybody needs to try.
What?
Yeah.
Acid is not a drug that everyone should try.
It's like, okay, if you want to say pot, I get that. Myself, I'm straight edge, never done pot. But if people want to try it, that's great. If people want to try, beer, alcohol, that's cool. That's cool, like those things are like 2 seconds away from being legal. They're not very harmful. Drinking's more so than weed, but like acid's one of the most harmful drugs you can do. Hey kids, I know that I'm a really successful dad rocker now, so go out there and try heroin. I'm Oli Sykes.
Yeah, wow. I can't believe... No, I can, but that's so...
It's weird.
It's messed up.
I don't know why I'm talking about Bring Me the Horizon. They're definitely not like my thing, and I'm bashing on them, and I know a lot of people like them. So why don't we change the topic, perhaps?
To someone that people like less?
Well...
That we can bash?
Well, I don't know if we can get any more hatred than good old Bryan Stars. All right, now, I know that we are late to this by 2 weeks. I apologize. First of all, want to say what you've been doing the last 2 weeks before we talk about Bryan Stars?
Yeah, the last 2 weeks I've just been working, doing my thing with that.
Literally, all you do.
Most of the stuff that I do is working.
You're killing it. JWeb manages a bar?
Yes.
Restaurant?
Yep, there you go. 2. It's a dual effort.
I know of it more of a bar because it's like where classy people go to get cocktails, or like where Andre Drummond goes to
pop bottles,
fight with a DJ or something. Like
wherever he wants.
Yeah, like the Detroit Pistons hang out at JWeb's place of employment, and he always tells me, but I'm too intimidated to go up there, despite being the biggest Pistons fan in the world. But is that all you did, JWeb?
I went to one show. I thought I went to more, but I just went to one, which was awesome. I saw Melanie Martinez.
Yep.
She killed it.
I believe it.
If anyone has been paying attention to her, that there's probably not too much crossover between Pup Fresh Podcast listeners and the Melanie Martinez kind of creepy pop music, but check it out.
Yeah.
She just put out a killer album. She put out her first album.
What's she like? Because you've told me to listen to her, but I'm like, JWeb, you know how hard it is to get me into new music.
It's very hard for me to compare, but it's in the vein of like a Lorde kind of deal.
Okay.
With a creepier, I don't want to say creepier, but like a more serious,
like the Nightmare,
inventive.
Like the Nightmare Before Christmas and Lorde had like a spin-off series.
Yeah, in a way. She has a lot of Tim Burton soundtrack influences.
That's cool.
In her music, and she like makes...
It's like Hot Topic horror, or...
No.
Like the poppiest Hot Topic will get. Well, I guess that's a stretch these days, but
Right. No, yeah, in a way.
Yeah, whatever.
That's kind of like devalidating a lot of what she's built as a brand, but
which I'm not trying to do. I haven't listened to her. I'm sure
No, I
she's
know.
great, and I trust your judgment.
she is great. And
Well, why don't I talk about what I've been doing the last
yeah,
2 weeks?
What have you been up to?
Well, exactly 2 weeks ago, I saw the President of the United States speak at my community college because, going to community college is something that everybody should do if they want to see the president speak. And I had a great time doing that. Like, how many chances do you get to see the President of the United States speak? And despite all of the hatred and everything, I actually like Barack Obama. So it was a good time for me. And he wants to give money towards community college and do some like programs with that. That's great. And just in terms of like furthering the education system in America, I think that's not a bad thing. And I don't know. I saw the president. That's
legit.
huge.
That is
like,
huge.
I don't know. Okay, if I would go see George Bush if he was in like at my, you know what I mean? Like while he was president, I would go see him.
Right.
Like not now. Like if Obama came like 3 years from now and was speaking, I'd be like, whatever. But I saw the most like powerful person in the universe, like 10 feet in front of me.
Exactly.
Like
That's
which
a cool thing.
I have seen CM Punk live too, so it's like maybe I've seen like the 1 and 2, like, and then after that, probably more important, I guess, is I saw my sister get married, which that was pretty,
it's a pretty big deal.
like, I saw the president and it was like, whoa. And then I saw my sister get married and I'm like, did the president overshadow this? Nah, it didn't. No, I had a great time. I saw my sister get married. I think it's like the first time I've ever felt truly happy for somebody that isn't myself. So that's like a big step for me.
Yeah, it's a huge step.
I was in the wedding too.
What?
Yeah, man. I was on a party bus. I took pictures downtown in Detroit.
There you go.
Yeah. Popping bottles of Diet Coke.
Popping and then pouring for
other people. Other people. Like, hey, I popped this bottle for you. Here you go. And then I ate like 3-4 bags of Bugles.
Is that like the party food on the bus?
There was, for whatever reason, a bag of Bugles there. And I just went to town. During cocktail hour at this wedding, we watched Rocky. So I refer to it as Rocktail hour. And nobody thought it was as funny as I did. But no, it was great. Beautiful wedding. My sister's, and she's beautiful. Her husband's fucking great looking. Like, dude, they're perfect couple. I look at it and I'm like, damn, like, shit, anything I do from now on, I'm just gonna be like, man, well, Dan got married. You know what I mean?
Not as good as her wedding.
No, seriously, this was like the most extravagant event, not even just wedding, event that I've ever been to.
How was the food?
It was good. Filet mignon, yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah, the best, man. It was at the Colony Club downtown. Google that shit.
I know.
Oh, you've been?
I've not been, but
You've heard
I know
of it.
that it's...
Yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice. And then after that, week went by, and then I went and saw 21 Pilots. So, do I need to explain how good 21 Pilots is?
Probably not.
Does everybody know how good 21 Pilots is already?
They should.
They're the best. In terms of live band, although the wedding band at my sister's wedding was...
Good.
Pretty. The Jerry Ross band, I believe. They're great. Either way, I saw 21 Pilots. I couldn't believe like how much they've upped their performance because they've been so good for so long, but now they actually have more material. Mm-hmm. It was an experience. Because with Vessel, you're like, okay, they're just going to play Vessel, like whatever. You get Blurry Face involved, which to me is a million times better, but I'm... a late to the party 21 Pilots fan. So I'm going to feel that way. Like they open with Heavy Dirty Soul and I saw them do that on the VMAs. Was it?
A little bit.
Yeah. Like they play and I just kind of felt like, And even their performance, they were on Seth Meyers recently. I even thought that was kind of booty. And like, so I was like, are they just not into it? And then like, I watched that whole live stream from, was it Lollapalooza? Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is cool. But like seeing it and feeling it, like, dude, that song in particular stood out to me because they just went out and it was like it looked like something out of an True Hollywood story from 30 years from now about like this most successful band ever. And like I felt like I was part of that like growth movement type thing. And the rest of the stuff was great, don't get me wrong, but that song in particular, like I just felt like, despite what everybody said about 21 Pilots' growth over the years, about how they're like there and huge and everything, I just felt like that they arrived in that moment. And I was like, damn, like they are here. Like they're huge.
Right. I don't know. Their growth as a band has just been something that everyone's kind of gone behind. It's insane.
Yeah.
Where are they playing next? They're going to go to an amphitheater tour? Like a bigger one?
Yeah, like that's where they're playing.
The Michigan date was one of the biggest dates in the tour.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of mad at the venue because I was given a photo pass by... Like, I got a photo pass. I was going to actually do photography at the show for the first time in, like, years, because I don't do photos anymore. And then, like, the venue had this, like, policy about if you're going to take pictures, you have to be escorted out of the venue, despite having a ticket. And, like, my car was, like, fucking 2 miles away, and, like, I wasn't about that. And then, if I had my camera, I had to, like, sit at this isolated picnic table and not even watch the show, because professional cameras aren't allowed in the amphitheater. So it was like, take pictures of 3 songs and not see the rest of the set, or take pictures of 3 songs. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just go watch them. So like the venue itself is like this huge, like all serious, like I didn't like it. I would rather see them at like, even like a sports, like indoor arena, like a basketball arena, like hockey arena. I would have preferred that over like outdoor amphitheater. Plus it's like September, so it was a little bit chilly.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but it was so good. And, Tyler always climbs on something at some point. The thing that he climbed on was like right next to me, despite me being a little bit further away. So I had a really good view for like 30 seconds. It was real cool. It was cool. Yeah.
That's crazy. Their hometown show, they did play.
What'd they play?
They played a basketball arena.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
What, like the Q, Quicken Loans Arena, or what?
No,
that's Cleveland. Okay, so they were at that university, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. They played some medleys off of Vessel, and I was like, this is stupid. Get the fuck out of here with that.
You have a blurry face.
Yeah. And meanwhile, like, their fans who, I just gotta say this, and if you're a 21 Pilots fan and you're real into them, I applaud you. That's great that you're part of, like, their culture. I don't fucking get it. Like, you're painting your face. You're dressing up like Tyler. Like, all the red beanies. All the people that painted their bodies. All the people that painted skeletons on their face. Like, that's cool. But you're kind of a juggalo. And you kind of just got to, like, it's like juggalos in denial, I feel like. Which is cool. Like, that's cool. You're part of a fan base, you're part of a community. But I thought 21 Pilots fans were, like, not juggalos.
Weird.
I'm joking. I am. But still, you guys are kind of juggalos. I get it. It's cool. But, like, if you're not aware of that, take a deep breath.
Admit it. The first step.
You're down with the clown till you're dead in the ground. It's whatever. It's cool. Like, that's fine. Whoop, whoop. Like, that's all that's missing.
Fucking magnets, man.
Yeah. I don't know how they work still. But I sure shit love blurry face. So, why don't we change topics?
Yeah,
because that was a long time. Going back to Bryan Stars. Last podcast, I was like kind of defending him and kind of like, the guy deserves his success. He's big, whatever. And I was biting my tongue all the way through it. And I just feel like I need to be honest about it, because why not be fucking malicious now? Because this dude I'm sick of like trying to like play nice, whatever. I need to be honest. He's a fucking creepo. And not that he did anything in particular recently, but a couple of weeks ago, there was this Twitter interaction between himself and this guy named Mitch, who goes under the moniker Flat Sound, which is like a music project. But he spoke up on Twitter about Bryan and brought a lot of points to life that I feel like I've been trying to subtly get at, but it's good that we now can finally, be a little bit more honest and open about it, because why do I need to like applaud Bryan's success when I think that it's built on a bunch of fucking shit? There's no reason to. And the fact of the matter is, the point that Mitch made is that Bryan is nothing more than just like a queer baiting, hypersexual adult whose whole thing is that he's going towards like a teenage young market and that type of behavior isn't appropriate. And it all started out because of, did you see that tweet that this one girl tweeted it, and it was a side-by-side screen cap. It was a screen cap of a tweet that Bryan said, and the tweet said, "My parents believe that I'm the only teenager that is lazy, stays up late, has a messy room, lives on their laptop, and is constantly texting." And then there was a screen cap next to it of a Google image search that said, "How old is Bryan Stars?" And it says Brian O'Dell, age 25. Like, dog, you stopped being a teenager more than half a decade ago. Why are you tweeting like you're a teenager? Why are you trying to, I don't know, bring on this, again, hypersexual mindset? And the queer baiting aspect of it is the fact that Bryan has, if he is gay, he's yet to come out of the closet, but he still does things that are very trying to appear to be gay with his YouTuber friends in order to get people to either pay attention or, like that's the form of entertainment. And I've talked about that before, about how homosexuality is typically the punchline of all of his humor, and that's just not acceptable ever. And so Mitch went on this rant that I 100% can get behind. And he was talking about Bryan's ways, and the way that he, like, pretty much what I just explained. But his tweets, if you go back at Mitch Welling, you could find them all. And it just seems like everything that he said, Bryan didn't respond to. It doesn't seem that way. That's a fact. It's that he tweeted about it and said, "Bryan, you're 26 years old." And all Bryan defended was, he said, "I'm not 26, I'm 25. And then going back and looking at his replies to fans at the time, all he was saying in defense was, "I'm 25, not 26. LOL, this guy doesn't know anything. He can't even get my age right." Which, it was just trying to, like, defer away from the bigger picture.
I'm still sifting through all of this. I saw, like, a little bit of it, but Jesus, this is way more than...
And did you see the email that Mitch got sent by Bryan?
I did.
Oh, man.
I did.
Pull that up. I can't believe... First of all, Mitch, if you're listening to this, what's up, man? I'd love to have you on the podcast sometime. Love what you're doing. We just need to discuss, like how Bryan is inappropriate and targeted towards a lot of young girls. I understand the argument's going to be like, yo, we need to stop being too politically correct these days. I'm hearing a lot of that. And I think that in the YouTube community especially, and I'm not accusing Bryan of doing anything with underage fans because he hasn't. And so it creates this culture, though, of all these younger people viewing that sort of sexual behavior and thinking that it's appropriate. And maybe I'm starting to sound like these parents that are like, oh, you can't be watching these TV shows, you can't be doing this because you're influencing them in a different way. We had the conversation about how fan bases are these days and how they latch onto everything that, like, a celebrity figure says. So there's a difference between watching, like, a TV show and being influenced and listening to, like, a YouTuber who you strongly look up to and being influenced. And just, him doing that is saying that this is okay. And, like, while I'm all about expression in all different forms and I don't like censorship, I think that Bryan has his platform within this community that needs somebody to be a leader and needs somebody to kind of mold the minds and change how everything has been for so long. And he's doing nothing but contributing to the problem of sexual misconduct between YouTubers and fans, between bands and fans, etc. So, JWeb, read the email. I at a loss for words. I apologize.
All right. So Bryan emailed Mitch and said, Hi, Mitch. I would be happy to talk to you. However, my condition would be that you stop attacking me and my friends. You just accused Johnny of making a rape joke. I have saved that tweet and sent it to my lawyer for possible libel and defamation of character. Most of your tweets are non-constructive, just angry and hateful. Treat me with respect and I will do the same. Looking forward to a civil conversation when you are ready.
Like, okay. A lot wrong with this tweet, or this email. First of all, hate how he's demanding that Mitch talk to him in a certain way, because, like, yo, I've had a conversation with Bryan in the past where we were on a tour together. I was on for like 3 days, and he wasn't promoting one of the headliners on the tour, and they actually asked me to talk to Bryan for them, which, I'm not friends with those guys anymore, so I have no problem, like, being transparent about that. They're like, yo, if you could talk to Bryan, that'd be great. And like told me what was wrong. So I had a conversation with Bryan. And when I talked to Bryan, he was very condescending to me, put his hand on my shoulder and was like, I'll talk to you when I'm not in front of my fans. And like, I'm like, don't fucking touch me. You're creepy. And just kind of like got in his face about like, yo, you need to, treat the bands on your tour equally, whatever. But in that conversation, he wasn't taking anything I was saying seriously, even though I was like coming directly from a band that was frustrated and like had touring experience and it was his first tour and like was trying to like is belittling in a sense. And I feel like he's doing that. That's his tone here, where he's making demands out of people in the way that they should address him as if he's this fucking like on his high horse. Like Bryan, who are you? Like you're like, why does Mitch need to talk to you with respect? Why are you demanding that out of him? Like
it's ridiculous.
Like I'll talk to you when you change your tone because I'm deserving of you having a nice tone when you talk to me. It's just I hate that. I hate that like acting like he's bigger than him. Then the fact that he didn't deny any of the criticism that was given other than a potential misinformation about a rape joke that was made, which
was made.
Well, I don't know for a fact if that was made because I haven't gone back and looked, but
it was.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Okay, because
he had tweeted about it, apologized about it, and then went to move on.
Oh, who, Johnny?
Yeah.
Okay, which is great because I feel like Johnny did what he was supposed to do in that case.
Yeah.
Johnny, who's also like young and like hanging out with Bryan or
freshly
whatever.
18.
Yeah, like influenced by Bryan's behavior, whatever. Not to say the guy can't make his own decisions or whatever, but still, he did the right thing in that situation. But like, I'm pretty sure I've heard jokes along those lines coming from Bryan in the past, which is whatever. Like, it was the past. If he wants to move forward and change who he is and kind of like, own up to it and apologize, that's one thing. But the fact that he didn't and just said, I'm going to go to my lawyers with this is like, it goes back to what he was doing with the original tweets when he was just denying his age.
Yeah.
Avoiding the main point, avoiding the situation at hand and just focusing on the minute details that don't matter. It's almost like arguing with your 16-year-old like significant other where you say something to them like, oh, well, you called me an asshole 6 times yesterday. And they're like, I only called you an asshole 5 times. Wow, you can't even count. Like, that's like what I think of.
Right.
Like that kind of like argument where, I don't know, it's very like immature in a way, which doesn't surprise me coming from Bryan. What are your thoughts, JWeb? Because I'm talking a lot.
I'm not super familiar with anything regarding this. However, I know what Bryan does. And there are, when I go, because I saw this when it was going down on Twitter, because I do follow some people who are avidly against anything and everything that he does. Bryan. He is Bryan. People started calling him out on all this stuff, and he went quiet about the serious issues, which you brought up, and didn't really address anything. He thinks what he's doing is okay. And I don't know what else people have to do for him to change that. Yeah,
his whole thing, too, was like, I think it's okay for boys and boys to kiss or boys and girls to kiss, or you can kiss your friends, whatever.
Exactly.
That's okay. Totally fine. JWeb, I'll kiss you on the mouth right now and think nothing of it.
Exactly.
The fact that he's doing it as like a way to get attention is what is, again, queer baiting, which isn't a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, and then at one point he said on Twitter, I'm sick of the slanderous remarks you made about me on Twitter. What slander?
Can you fucking look up the definition of slander?
Right. Yo, Bryan, whether you like it or not, you are interpreted as somebody that acts this way, and it is inappropriate. Somebody said something that how they felt about it, that's not slander. Okay, you got a definition of slander, Jay?
I do. It's the action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation.
Okay, so a false statement is like an opinion, which I'm pretty sure Mitch was saying was his opinion, which, I mean, when you analyze Bryan's behavior and what he does on videos and kind of say that it's inappropriate, and I mean, that's more objective, I think, than anything, but that, I don't know. He has a huge following. People love it, right? Why stop doing it? I don't know. I'm just jealous that he has a big following.
No.
That's what it is. I'm jealous that...
It's the stupidest response to anything that we were saying. If you're going to come back and say that we're jealous of our following, then you're...
I am jealous, though.
No, I know.
If I'm being honest, like, aren't you? Like, shit, the guy fucking doesn't have, like, any talent. Not that I have talent, but damn, I think that I'm, like, more deserving. I don't know. Fuck it. Why not? I think that I deserve more following than Bryan. I think that I'm doing more with what I have, and I just think that he's fucking...
doing nothing.
Like, literally not doing nothing. He's doing something to make everything worse.
Yeah.
Like, he's worsening everything. And he's just a dick. Oh, man, is he a dick. I remember back in the day, like, he would, him and I would talk, and he would, God, I wish I had these text messages saved. And I bet I have like AIM conversations saved. I guarantee I do. I think I do, actually. I'll rehash them one day. But he would say things along the lines of like, I could literally have like 5 girls that would be willing to suck my dick right now. Jesus. Despite being a virgin. I'm going to be somebody one day that's going to be really powerful, and you're going to regret burning this bridge with me. Like things like that. You know what I mean? Which is true now, I guess. But like, I don't want an association with the guy.
Oh, God.
Like, no matter how big he is right now. Like, this is the last thing I want. It's like our society is changing so fast, and I'm so stoked on it, despite the fact that there are like things coming out that's just part of the nature. But I love how socially aware people are becoming, and I just think that if he keeps up this behavior, his fame isn't going to last much longer.
Fame?
Well, I mean, dude, come on. He has like 500,000 Twitter followers. Like, he's big. Like, within our scene, like, he's huge. I would say that's fame. Come on, don't discredit that just because you don't like him. You know, like, can't deny it. You can't deny it. It's stupid. But then, like, you know, you look at the way that like alt press has changed too, and how they're more clickbaity, and they've kind of lost their like music kind of focus. And that's almost what Pup Fresh was doing at first. And people hated us for it. And now, like, alt press, I'm sure their traffic is going through the roof. But then, did you see, like, Austin Carlile call them out?
I did not see that.
Yeah, he called him out because they ran a story about him being electrocuted by his microphone or something along those lines, and did, like, a whole thing. And then Austin Carlile was like, yo, this, like, most of what you post on your website is fucking bullshit. And it wasn't true. They ran a fake story. But guess what? Everybody's not running and hating on them. Like,
right.
Like they used to hate on us, but that's whatever. I get it. But it's just like, is this the direction you're heading? Okay, well, things aren't going to necessarily go that great for that long. And I don't think that it's just not as sustainable, or at least I want to believe that, because I'm hoping that we are transitioning into a society of people who are kind of catch on to that. Yeah. And, you know, and Pup Fresh, obnoxious, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we've definitely cooled it down recently, over the past few years, actually. And, you know, we're not necessarily growing that fast, but I feel like more and more people are kind of seeing what we're doing and not judging us as harshly, right, which is great. But that actually ties into that tweet that JR from Us and JCAD that was actually requested that we speak about on this podcast by @It'sTheBandFreak Amber perhaps is her name. And his tweet said, people who are complaining about fixing the music community need to broaden their scope. Maybe fix your actual real life communities first. And that's true. I think it's true, but I think that it's also smart to focus on the music scene, because that is part of my real life community. At least I'd like to believe so. Right. And I do think that we are doing a lot more, and people are becoming more socially aware, which is why it is headed towards music. Right. What do you think? The fact that he tweeted that is just insane to me. Really? I can't, like, that's like saying this issue is less important than this issue, so don't give a shit about it. Right. And then how the music community isn't something that you're born into. The music community for most people is an escape. Yeah. And the escape should be a safe environment for those people. So for him to say, fix the real life community that you were born into, that you had no choice about, rather than the one that you want to go to as an escape, is a joke. Right. Well, maybe the fact that like if you fix your real community first, you won't need to go for an escape. I don't know. I'm trying devil's advocate right now.
Yeah,
but I see exactly what you're saying.
I don't know. I can't believe it's discrediting an issue
because you're saying that there's a bigger issue that's more important. It's like it's almost like saying, "Hey, quit focusing on breast cancer. Focus on cancer as a whole. Every form of cancer is awful," which is true, but it just so happens that certain things hit people closer to home and they feel like they have more of a voice or they have more of a position to kind of, be centralized on one issue. For me, I'm a diabetic. Like, okay, am I going to devote all of my time towards all like shitty medical situations that people have, or am I going to focus on like diabetes because it hits close to home for me?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, should I focus on the bigger picture? Yeah, but you can't just say you're not doing enough. You can't say that there are more issues that you aren't covering. That's like people saying, hey, Pup Fresh, why do you only focus on gender issues? Why don't you focus on race issues too? And you know what? We should focus on race issues too. But it's about, picking and choosing your battles and kind of going based on like what's relevant almost, which is like, I guess maybe a shitty thing. I would love to speak about more things, but right now at this present time, what's an issue within the music community? And that's what we're bringing to light. That's a conversation we're having. If you want to talk about race inequality in the music scene, I'll do that. Like, would you like to have that conversation? I mean, do people want to hear me have that conversation? Because not many people have come out and really spoken like about that, feeling like ostracized or isolated due to their race within the music scene. I haven't seen any mistreatment, anything like that. What else? I mean, what other issues are there for us to talk about within the music community that we aren't hitting on? Mm-hmm. Gender inequality is huge right now. It's huge everywhere. And it's not that we're just doing what's big just to do what's big, but it's right in front of your fucking face and impossible to ignore. Right. Disability within the music community. How come, if somebody's in a wheelchair, are they as likely to, go to a concert and have a good experience? Probably not. Have we talked much about handicap related issues within the music scene? No. But are we, so are we not doing enough? Like you could always be talking about more. Mm-hmm. It's just, the fact of the matter. Certain things are on my radar, certain things I do pay attention to. But, I'm doing what I can right now. And that's the truth. And I think that people in the music community are doing that as well. Like, you can only focus on one, like so much. Literally, you only can. There are certain things on my radar, like hell yeah, my community's on my radar. Hell yeah, I'm thinking about that. But the music scene, I mean, that's like my fucking life right there. That's your life. That's the reason that we're all fucking here right now listening to this. That's why I'm talking right now. Right. Like, do I want to go knock on my neighbor's door and say like, yo, why do I hear you yelling at your girlfriend sometimes? Like, don't you know that you need to respect women? Maybe I should. Why not? Like, it's just, focus on your community, sure, but what can you do? Small steps at a time. Right. Small steps.
That's what I gotta do.
It's the truth. And like, I would love for everybody to be able to do as much as they possibly can, but be fucking realistic for like 2 seconds, dude. Literally. That's it.
That's all it takes.
You want to get back to like, I don't know, things that aren't like this. Yeah, we always end up like heated up in these situations. Yeah. And I hate it. I wish like, we're having these discussions, but it makes me angry. Mm-hmm. It does. It's frustrating. I think it's frustrating for a lot of people too, which is why there's so much hate like spread around throughout these things. Like, if you aren't accepting, I hate you, versus like, if you aren't accepting, I want to change your perspective. Because it's like, I just want everybody to get it. I just want you to get it. But maybe I ought to focus on being a little bit more nice. I don't know. The Academy is finally announced our tour, JWeb. Boom. Yep. Boom. We were waiting for that. Can I get a high five? Oh, yeah. Academy is. Oh, but wait a second. Tickets are fucking $35 a piece. Yeah. Come
That's just
on.
Just if you want to see them.
Oh my goodness. I just went to, literally right before this happened, I was like, JWeb, what are we going to talk about on the podcast? Like, oh, the Academies are back together. Hell yeah. And they're going on tour or whatever. And you know, we've been talking about this forever. And this is old news because, again, we've been away for 2 weeks, but holy shit. So I went to look to see if tickets were still available. Sure shit they are. They're $35 a piece for a club show.
Like a tiny club
Like, that's
show.
like a lot. Like, oh, man. Which, and then I looked at the VIP packages too.
Don't.
Holy cow. All right.
How much?
Do you want to go through the list of VIP packages?
I kind of do.
Oh, man.
Holy shit. Adventures in Wonderland?
What's that?
That's like a big VIP packaging site. Okay. So they're doing an Almost Here vinyl, pretty much just a pre-order for $25.
But that's cool.
You
That's cool.
Pick it up at the merch booth.
Maybe
at
I'll
the show.
do that, though.
That is cool.
I'll pick up a vinyl. I'll pay 20. I just bought Jack's Mannequins, everything in transit on vinyl.
Really?
Well, yeah, and I don't collect vinyl, but that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite records of all time. And Almost Here is too. Those both came out in 2005.
Yeah.
I bought Almost Here in Chicago, believe it or not. Which at the time, like I was in 2005? I was how old? I was 22 years old. Or I'm 22 years old now. I was 12 years old. Wow. I was 12 years old and I bought it. I was on vacation with my family in Chicago. Went to Virgin Records. I remember seeing them with Something Corporate, and I bought the record. And I didn't realize the significance of buying an Academy's record in Chicago, where they're from, until like this moment now.
Right.
So that was dope. So I'd buy that record on vinyl. $25, sure. But let's kick it up a notch, JWeb. What do we have next?
Next is we have a package that is $100. It doesn't include a ticket to the show. The ticket price is added to the $100 VIP base price. You get an individual Polaroid with the Academy is, a pre-signed and numbered Almost Here 10-year anniversary tour poster, and an exclusive print custom made by the Butcher.
That's a print's cool.
And a limited edition The Academy is VIP
either way,
cloth bracelet and early entry.
Whatever. Okay, $100 for a Polaroid. We were all on that kick about $80 for Kellen Quinn's Polaroid. Do you remember that?
I do.
How come no one's talking about the Academy is right now? Probably because I actually love and respect the Academy is, and like I really, really love them. And here I am being the hypocritical fan who would talk shit about Kellen Quinn, but the second the Academy is does it, it's cool. But that's why we're talking about it now, I guess. But that's not all. JWeb. That was a Skeptics and True Believers one. Yeah. What's the attention bundle looking like? How much is that one?
$250, which includes everything in the package before it. Plus, you get to watch the Academy's side stage with a VIP laminate and lanyard.
Oh, so you get to go where the sound quality is the fucking worst and you can't actually see them perform.
Yeah.
That's dope. Holy cow, $250. That's not enough, JWeb. Let's make it higher. Where can we go? Big number, JWeb. How much money?
$500.
$500
includes everything in the first two packages, plus an intimate post-show hangout on the band's bus, acoustic performance by William and Mike, custom original drawing by the Butcher while you're on the bus, and a high five from Adam.
I would pay $500 for a high five from Adam. Siski's the man.
The thing is, the last two packages, the $500 and $250, are sold out.
Yeah. So somebody actually paid for this.
Sold out.
Yeah. It's probably Tyler Common. Tyler, if you're listening to this, it's probably you, man. You love them. But I got a free high five from Siski once at Warped Tour.
Right.
And my girlfriend passed out in 06, 08. She passed out. I carried her to the, what's it called area? The first aid area. And Siski was there with a busted lip. And I'm like, what are you doing here, man? He's like, hoodlums in Detroit, man. It was dope.
Yeah,
so I saw Siski at that area. It was fucking free.
Yeah, that's, wow.
Here's the thing. I don't like the whole pay to meet the band thing.
Yeah.
And I talked to Trent about that on like our last interview. And I don't like that whole thing. I don't like that concept. I understand the Academy is going to be in high demand after their hiatus. That's whatever. High ticket price, okay. Annoying, but is it still something that I might do? Yeah. These VIP packages, is it cool to give fans like more than just like a show? Absolutely. But do you need to be charging $500 for an acoustic set? Like, honestly, like that's a cool experience. Yeah, but that's $500. Like that is like almost my rent payment every month.
Right.
That into a fan that I guess their fans are a little bit older now, around my age, right? But that's still like, come on.
Probably a little bit older. I feel like we're on the younger side of the Academy's fan base.
Maybe.
a little bit.
But still.
Just to put this in perspective, the Wonder Years are charging $30 for an acoustic set and like a bunch of other stuff before the show.
Okay.
Playing a way bigger venue, let me say that as well.
Right. And okay, I think that this is more than just meeting the band. They're doing like the acoustic thing, yeah. Like the Wonder Years want to charge $30. You could argue that $30 is for like an acoustic set to go see the Wonder Years.
Exactly.
That could be your argument. With this, it's like it's $500 for, you know, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It just tells me that this tour is about money, and that's all that it's about. It's not about them getting back together for the fans, not for the love of it. It's for the money. And that's fine, because we're not here to judge what somebody's motivation to do something is. I'm still going to go. I'm going to pay my money. I'm going to see the Academy is because they're one of my favorite bands ever. And they follow Pup Fresh on Twitter. So do I think that it's dope that they're charging that much money? No, I don't. And I think that it would be unfair for me to go out there, talk all this shit about Kellen Quinn's $80 Polaroid and not mention what the Academy is doing. Mm-hmm. But that's just me.
Right. I, however, will not be going.
Really?
Yeah. You never
got into them.
The first record I got into them was the one everyone fell off of them.
Fast Times?
Yep.
Ooh, dude, come on. I know like 2 songs on that. About a Girl and Summer Here Equals Forever Young.
Yep.
Those are the 2.
Those are jams.
Those are the 2 that I know from that album. So that's cool. I want to go. I don't have that much money. I'd love to interview them and get like an acoustic thing. And I don't want this to come across as me talking shit, because I love them. I love them so much, but I'm just a little disappointed. A little bit. You a little disappointed?
It's a validated disappointment.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm so hesitant to like actually put this in, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Did you listen to the Motion City album since we're talking about? Mm-mm. Oh no. 3 songs I liked on it.
3,
yeah.
Better than the last one?
Oh yeah. Yep. So that was cool. What else happened in the 2 weeks that we were absent from y'all's life? New One Direction song. I know you have opinions on that.
I do.
JWeb, shoot. I didn't listen to it. Do you?
I do. I legitimately do. I think they're finding like their best sound that they've ever had is without Zayn.
Yeah. That's what Ashley told. Well, my girlfriend and I, we were driving around and she's like, you know, I gotta be honest. I thought the One Direction was the shit after that like last record that they did.
4, yeah.
Yeah, when they had all those songs come. Like, what was that? Story of My Life?
That was Midnight Memories.
Either way. When Story of My Life came out, she was all fucking stoked, right?
Yeah.
She was like, oh my God, I can't believe how good they are. That's crazy. Like, they're actually making like good music. Mm-hmm. And she probably gave more examples, but you know, You know how I am with listening. I love you, Ashley. Then she's like, but then this new song, like, I can't believe how good they are. They just keep getting better and better and better. And why are they putting out their best stuff when they're about to go on hiatus?
Exactly.
And that was like what she was telling me. But
that's how I feel about it as well. It's the songs or stuff you want to hear live, and you're not going to get that chance. Mm-hmm. Which I guess is like
that's dope. That's so cool.
They did it.
Yeah. I still haven't listened to it. Maybe I will. Did you listen to 5 Seconds of Summer song Money?
Yep.
It sounds like Simple Plan mixed with
Good Charlotte.
Yeah. This is just like a Good Charlotte record. I mean, come on. Isn't that what She's Kinda Hot sounded like? Did that not sound like a Good Charlotte song? But that's what it sounds like. It almost sounds like an All American Rejects type thing too.
Yeah, like Gives You Hell.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like 5 Sauce is doing their thing. I think they could put out literally whatever they want to put out.
Exactly. Of course. They're
like, the thing is though, like they aren't about to drop a song like One Direction. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like they're gonna put out some fire shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like One Direction is gonna burn this place to the fucking ground. You know what I mean?
Right. They just have this, I don't even know, the team that they have working with them for songwriting and the stuff that they're doing to put their own flair on it and everything is...
Who?
It's ridiculous. One Direction.
Yeah. But 5 Sauce
You can totally say the same for 5 Sauce too.
Well, I mean, I think they're more of a band.
Yeah.
They're more of a band. So, but the comparison is just going to be there. It's like how you compare every female vocalist to Hayley Williams. Like, you're going to compare 5 Sauce to One Direction. But still, I think they're doing great. Any other big news this week? Last 2 weeks, actually, JWeb?
I really don't think so.
No?
I'm surprised we didn't get a new State Champ song.
Oh, yeah, we always talk about State Champ.
Talk about State Champ.
You know what I could talk... a little tidbit of news is myself and Willie, who actually, do you know Willie goes by Will?
Will, what?
Did I ever tell you that?
He goes by Will?
Yeah, like Will or William, like outside of me. I'm the only person to call him Willie. He found out that you call him Willie and he hates it.
What?
Yeah, Willie's a dude that like posts 90% of the news on Pup Fresh. Him and I are now running the website Alter the Press. Mm-hmm. So that's some news. We've been doing that for the past few weeks. So I don't know, just something I thought I'd get out there for you guys. It's like more pop music based on that site. So we're not going to be posting like pop punk, anything like that. It's like a pop website. We're just running it because my friend John, not you, other John, he's busy. He maybe I'll have him on here. He can talk about what he's doing because, you know, he actually just became an American citizen.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm so stoked for him. Yesterday, man. So congratulations, John, and thank you for the website because within the first week of having it, I got favorited by Taylor Swift and I got followed by Tyler Posey. Don't even know who Tyler Posey is.
Retweeted by Joe Jonas.
Boom! Retweeted by Joe Jonas, man.
That's
all this
huge.
shit's happening. And like, I don't know who these individuals are. But that's so cool. So I'm running Alter the Press now. If you guys want a new website to check out like pop music, you probably already know who it is though. Right. Not Alternative Press, Alter the Press is the website I'm running.
Boom.
Yeah, which is cool. So this is still the Pup Fresh podcast.
Right.
I'm still Pup Fresh, damn it.
Yeah, Taylor Swift favored your tweet.
Damn right. Damn right. You're damn right.
Hopefully it was her.
Probably wasn't. But I'll go to the verified mentions and I'll look for crying out loud. She did. I have proof. But JWeb, this thing's wrapping up, buddy.
I know.
Where can people listen to the Pup Fresh podcast?
People can listen to the Pup Fresh podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/PupFresh.
Ooh.
On SoundCloud.
Oh.
And on iTunes. Just search your little fingers away for some Pup Fresh.
There's a Pup Fresh podcast in your life. Yo, if you want to listen to the Pup Fresh podcast, you'll be able to find it. It's like if you want to eat a bag of Bugles, you'll know where to go get them. Okay?
Yep.
I'm 7-Eleven. They got them.
They do.
Google.
They do not
the Pup Fresh
fit
podcast
on my fingers anymore.
No, they don't. What's that about?
I can't.
Yo, Bugles. Get your shit together. Make your Bugles bigger to fit on my fingers so that when I'm typing away looking for the Pup Fresh podcast, I can munch on my little
Bugles.
My bugle
fingers. Yeah. Let's get some adult-sized Bugles.
Oh, please. You make Magnum condoms, you can't make Magnum Bugles. That's some bullshit, if you ask me.
I got some big fingers.
You want to talk about Magnum, though? Why don't we talk about the giant interviews, the Magnum-sized interviews that Pup Fresh has had on the Pup Fresh podcast, including artists such as...
State champs.
Oh, shit. State champs. Unbelievable. They're about to go on tour with Motion City Soundtrack and the Wonder Years, tour with 5 Seconds of Summer, tour with All Time Low. The band's fucking huge. They were on our show. Who else do we got, JWeb?
We got John from the Maine.
Oh my God, the band big enough to go on tour for free and still probably make more money than every other band out there.
We got Buddy Nielsen from Census Fail.
Oh man, you want to listen to a legit conversation that's going to make you go like, damn, like that shit just hit me hard. That is the fucking great. Buddy from Census Fail. Trenton from Hands Like Houses too. That's another one that's like that. JWeb, who's your favorite interview that we've done?
Katie Groves.
Is she not on tour with Drake Bell right now?
She is on tour.
So I'm pretty
a high school tour, so I can't go. But
yeah, literally bummed out about that, but happy for her. She's been on the show. We have Bo from Bless the Fall all over the map. We don't care what kind of genre of music it is. We're gonna interview bands. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk about issues. That's what we do here on the Pup Fresh podcast. JWeb, I love you, buddy.
I love you too, Dan.
But it's time to go.
Oh no.
It's time to go. It's time for that intro song. Everybody follow JWeb at JWeb Music on Twitter. He's going to be posting vocal covers every week pretty much. He's going to be bringing sass to you. Sassier than me, in fact. Sassier than Pup Fresh JWeb is. He is the
most problematic person. I'm going to be the person that has tweets screenshotted and brought back up 5 years later. That's going to be me.
That's okay. Because
I'll just drag those fuckers. We're good.
We'll just... You can follow me on Twitter at YoDcox if you want tweets about professional wrestling and the Detroit Pistons and pictures of my dog. because that's what my life is. And follow at Pup Fresh if you want the latest music news from the pop punk, alternative rock, motherfucking entertainment shit. I don't know, JWeb. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
And follow at Alter the Press on Twitter if you want very happy tweets with a lot of heart emojis about pop music, because shit.
Such as Five Sauce.
Why not? Yeah,
Pilots,
you can name them all.
Crossed over.
Who cares?
Halsey,
Yeah, we do it all.
Cassidy
we
Pope.
do it all. Dog.
She loves you guys.
Halsey follows Alter the Press. Yeah, so fucking, I don't like that New Americana song. That song is garbage ass shit. But Halsey's the fucking awesome. Love Halsey. That song's shit though. Fucking outro.
It's the Pup Fresh Podcast. Pup Fresh Podcast. Pup Fresh Podcast.